I heard that kids under the age of 14 don't go to prison even for something like murder. Is that true?
Some children are children, while others are born as demons. On a snowy night, a blood-covered teenager rushed into the police station in a panic. Initially, the police thought he had come to report abuse, but the teenager suddenly said,
I killed someone.
"What?"
I used this.
At first, the police found it hard to believe, but based on the teenager's description, they quickly found the victim's severed limbs on a water tower on a rooftop, while the internal organs had been thrown into the kitchen waste. The teenager's name was Xiao Yu, and he was only 13 years old. The victim was a neighbor from the same community, a 9-year-old elementary school student. When the victim's mother held a funeral for her child, she couldn't even piece together the entire body. After the report came out, public opinion was in an uproar. However, according to South Korea's juvenile law, Xiao Yu, being under 14 years old, could only be sent to a juvenile detention center for a maximum of 2 years. The case caused great dissatisfaction throughout South Korea, and countless people gathered outside the courthouse, demanding the abolition of the juvenile law and supporting severe punishment for juvenile offenders who commit serious crimes. The pressure of public opinion shifted to the court, whether to sentence according to the juvenile law standard or to impose a heavier punishment based on the social impact caused. When interviewed, the judge in charge of the case had a cold look in his eyes.
I have nothing but hatred for young offenders.
During the first trial, Xiao Yu stated that he had schizophrenia and was often in an agitated and anxious state. That day, he was already very agitated, and the victim, En-hee, happened to ask to borrow his phone. At first, he refused, saying that his phone was about to run out of battery, but the boy kept insisting on borrowing it. So he decided to kill the boy at that moment. He then took the boy back to his house under the pretext of charging the phone. Unexpectedly, after returning home, En-hee made a fuss, not only playing with his skateboard, but also wanting to play video games with him. His calmed mood became agitated again. He couldn't bear it anymore, so he went over, pressed him against the wall, and agreed to play a game.
See now. You staying here till I find you, okay? If you move, I swear I'm gonna kill you.
At this point, Xiao Yu couldn't help but laugh when telling the judge that he wanted to share something very funny. After being scared, En-hee ran and hid under the bed. As Xiao Yu's footsteps got closer and closer, he fearfully covered his mouth. After a while, there seemed to be no movement. En-hee plucked up the courage to slowly crawl out from under the bed. But unexpectedly, he looked up and saw Xiao Yu's fierce face. Xiao Yu laughed uncontrollably and couldn't stop. He repeatedly emphasized how funny the victim's expression was at that time. Such a cold-blooded demon at this age shocked everyone in the courtroom. Even the court recorder couldn't help but stop writing and silently curse, "What a damn demon," when asked why he turned himself in.
I heard that kids under the age of 14 don't go to prison even for something like murder. Is that true?